corn casserole. I have the following ingredients that we'll use. You see the ketchup here. I have my Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce. You can use any kind of barbecue sauce. This is what we love in this household. I have roughly a pound of ground beef. I have some instant mashed potatoes, a medium onion. I have here, this is hiding from you, garlic powder, basil, and 2 cans of sweet corn. You can use the frozen corn and just have that cooked. We usually keep that as well, but for this recipe, we're gonna keep it simple. So this is all that you'll need, guys. Guys, I forgot one very important ingredient for so many, and this is the mild cheddar shredded cheese. This is optional. This will be used on the top of the casserole dish. But definitely that makes it even better. And I've just totally forgot to add this, so I wanted to come back in and add. All right, guys, we're gonna start here. I have peeled this onion, and I'm just gonna cut this up for this delicious, casserole. I am really craving this. So I'm just gonna simply cut this onion up, guys. You can have them, you can cut in really small pieces, or you can have large chunks. And again, I am not a chef, so as long as I'm safe and do not cut my fingers off, we're good. I have my food, my processor, the chopper. I should have put that in here, but it's something about cutting onions that's pretty much therapeutic for me. So, hey, I have time on my hands, not rushing today for dinner, so I'll just take my time and cut these up, guys. And let me know if any of you have tried this recipe. It consists of the ground beef, or you can use ground turkey, corn, nice cutting board, mashed potatoes, which is optional. You can use the cheddar cheese. It is so delicious, and I love this recipe, especially for fall and our football season. It is just simply divine. So I'm just gonna cut these up, guys, and I'm gonna add this to the ground beef. You can also use, and I'm not gonna use that today, green pepper, or you can use a sweet, the red pepper. Whatever you would like to do, any kind of veggies, you can add that to it. But here, this is all I'm going to do. It's just the onions for today. All right, guys, now I've cut up my onions. Now I'm going to add my skillet here. And I'm going to turn the oven probably to the stove top, for medium heat. And I'm going to add my ground beef. And I'm just going to smush this up here, break this down, get this meat going here. And I'm going to go ahead and add in the onions. All right, guys, so go ahead and toss this up here. It smells good. Once this cooks down some more, I'm going to add in the seasonings. So now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and add in the basil. And I do not measure, I just add to taste. You can always add more or less. And garlic powder I'm going to add in. And I love garlic. Garlic's so good for you. You can also use fresh garlic, but I'm going to use the garlic powder here today. And if you're using a small onion, or you want more of an onion taste, you can add in some onion powder as well. But I have plenty of onions here, so I'm just gonna lay low. All right, guys. I have drained the meat here, so I got all that grease out. And now I'm gonna start with my barbecue sauce. Now, again, I do not measure, but you want this kind of like a soup, not even a soupy, but just like almost like a sloppy Joe consistency. And I love the taste of the barbecue sauce and, of course, the ketchup. So you could just start by adding just a little at a time. You see how much I'm adding here? And then we're gonna stir this up and just see what it looks like. I really do not have measurements. at all for this recipe. My aunt, my late aunt, this was her recipe that she created, and I haven't made this in years. And this is something that we just always enjoyed, and I totally forgot about it. So I was just going through some of my recipe books and said, oh my goodness, we have not had this in so long. So perfect time to make it. Okay, as you can see here, it's still, to me, I want it kind of like a red, kind of a sloppy Joe like color. So, you know, you can never use too much ketchup or barbecue sauce in my opinion. So this is what I'm just gonna add a little bit more of both. Because once we layer this in the casserole dish with the corn and the mashed potatoes, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. I have my water boiling. It's about to come to a boil. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to the water. So I can just add those potatoes in, and again, that's the instant Hungry Jack mashed potatoes. And of course, we gotta add in some butter. We gotta make these really good when we start layering. So you can see here, it's about to start boiling. So I'm gonna add the potatoes in and get these going. My mashed potatoes look pretty good here. They're thick. You can make these a little thicker, but when they get them in the oven, they're gonna bake and it's gonna be fabulous. I may actually add some more. But last but not least, we want some good butter. Margarine though. I can't believe it's not butter, it's our favorite. I'm gonna stir this in. And again, I've already salted the water, so I'd rather not salt it right now. If we want more salt on it later when we eat, we can add it then. So now we're going to begin the layering process. So I have my mixture here. I'm going to turn this off. My hamburger mixture. So I'm going to layer this in my casserole dish here. So just a thin layer. You can just spread that out. And I'll get a close-up shot in just a second here. No, this angle's a little off. I apologize. And I'm hoping to get maybe 3 layers. All right, so I think that's layered enough here. All right, so we have this, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna take my corn, and I have drained this corn. Ooh, if I can get the right angle here. Just some sweet corn, canned, and again, you can use frozen. And I'm just going to simply pour this. This is drained. Ooh, I'm going to lose some corn, guys. And I'm just going to kind of layer this. Just evenly on the dish. You can add more, you can add less. Okay, I love corn, so. All right, so we have that. And now I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to grab my mashed potatoes. So I'm just going to simply, and these are thick, which I like. And then you're just going to kind of put those on here and spread it on there. And really you can't, if I spread it too much, that corn's going to pick up on it. So I just take it and kind of drop it on here. And maybe mix it, because once it goes in the oven to bake, it's going to spread out. It'll even out for you. All right. This is one of our favorites, guys. And I say that, and we haven't had it in so long, but it is so good. It's definitely a comfort food. You can have this with some cornbread. We love Famous Dave's cornbread and Cracker Barrel. So sometimes, you know, if I don't want to make that, I'll have my fiance stop and pick up some on the way home. But this is what it's looking like so far, guys. You can kind of see it layered. It smells so good. You can smell these onions. It's heavenly. And it's really an easy dish, guys. As you see, it really didn't take me long. Of course, with the filming, excuse me, and all, it just seems like it takes longer, but it is so simple. Okay, I may have enough for one more layer. I definitely have enough corn. So that's what we're going to do here. You may just be able to use 1 can of corn or just a really large can. I always get the 2 just in case. Okay, well this one's almost out, but we did open another one and I love corn. And we may eat some corn on the side actually. I love corn. All right. And you probably could take a fork and just spread these a little better. But even if the corn gets on that, like I said before, it doesn't matter. It's all going in the tummy. And it's going to taste the same. All right, guys, last but not least, you can use any kind of cheese. I have the mild cheddar here that I'm going to just sprinkle on top. So you can just take this and just sprinkle here. And you can put as much as you like. We don't eat a lot of cheese here because, again, my fiance is lactose intolerant, so he'll probably dig around the cheese, dig around it, but that's okay. It just makes it so good. It just adds a, you know, a richness to this recipe. So you don't have to add a lot at all, but this will be plenty right here for us. So that is it. I'm gonna put this in the oven on 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. If you want to cook it a little longer, that's fine, but everything in this recipe is cooked. So we really just want the cheese to melt and everything to get all hot. And then I'll turn it on broil for about 5 minutes so that I can brown the cheese some. All right, guys, this is the finished product. You can see it just boiling there on the edges. This is when you know it's done. I put it on broil for about 3 minutes actually, and this is perfectly browned. So I cannot wait to just dive into this, guys. This masterpiece is heavenly. I hope you try it. Let me know if you do. It's quick and easy, guys, and you will not regret it. You will love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me with this video, and I hope you're having a great day. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.